Welcome to episode 2 of Virtual Band Camp. I'm Sergeant First Class Selena Madem.
And I'm Sergeant First Class Michaela Shelton. Today, we will continue talking about playing together in a group, but unlike last episode where it was nearly all on the same instruments, this time we're going to cover talking about playing with instruments other than your own.
One common group for chamber music is the brass quintet. A brass quintet is most often 2 trumpets, a horn, a trombone, and a tuba. If you don't have these instruments in your band, you can be flexible and use any other instruments that play in similar ranges.
To kick off episode 2, here is the chamber brass.
Hello everyone, I am Sergeant First Class Todd Sterniolo. Last episode we talked about the importance of being a team player and individual preparation. And that last piece shows how everyone needs to be prepared and bring their best. In a chamber music setting, no one can really hide. We all have to contribute to the sound in a much larger role than a concert band. It gives everyone a great chance to shine and also shows the importance of communication, especially how to start a piece and stay together throughout. A big difference between chamber music and full band is that we do not have a conductor and we rely on each other to stay together. Remember, rhythm is very important and counting your rests are just as important as playing, especially in that last piece. But let's break it down a bit to really work on some of the fundamentals, starting together.
Hello everyone, I'm Master Sergeant Nick Althouse. One of the best ways for groups of any makeup is to practice starting and stopping using the chorales of J.S. Bach. These can be found easily online, and many publishers offer versions with transposed parts. Let's take a look as to how chamber brass starts a chorale. You'll see here that the lead voice takes a clear breath and gentle cue in the time of the piece to get the group started. Even if every group member isn't looking directly at them, each member needs to be able to see whoever is giving the cue. Now, sometimes that may not be the lead voice, especially if the lead voice isn't playing. Let's see a few different ways of how to cue with the group. These kinds of chorales provide an easy way to practice communicating throughout your group. But remember, looking at each other is only a very small part of the whole experience. Let's talk a bit more about listening to styles.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant Lori Roy, and now let's move into our last part for today. Chorales are a great way to really focus on sound, intonation, and blend, but let's step things up a bit more and add interpretation, or let's just put it simply, style. Music has thousands of influences around the world, so let's go with a well-known composer, George Gershwin. He was really moved by jazz styles and wrote them into his works often. One of the biggest factors of jazz is that not every inflection is always written down. Much of the style comes from a tradition. Sometimes you'll see notes written, but they actually mean something different. Eighth notes can be straight or swung depending on the context. We're happy to bring you now 2 short pieces by Gershwin, and really notice how all of us react and match each other's style, articulation, notes, phrasing, and dynamics.
Thanks again to the Chamber Brass for playing for us today. We hope you enjoyed learning about starting and stopping without a conductor and listening in your group to match style.
Make sure to join us next week as we keep things rolling along in our virtual band camp with the Woodwind Quintet as we continue to advance our abilities to play together. Remember, making music is a community experience, and let's always make sure to be team players and enjoy the process.